Hi, I'm Mark Fletcher, CEO of Cohort Go. Students have a lot of issues when they're studying overseas. There's a lot of anxieties, there's a lot of concerns that their parents and both they themselves will have. Basically, we have a platform where students can get access to it from anywhere in the world, either through the institutions where they're studying or directly by themselves or their parents, or also through third parties called education agents that help the students find where they're studying. So basically we'll get students that come from anywhere and then end up feeding through the top of that funnel in the marketplace, and then there'll be a range of service providers that will offer different solutions to them, whether it's a mandatory health insurance product that they need to get, or some accommodation that they need to select, through to a telecommunications company that ships SIM cards offshore, so that when the student's coming to arrive in Australia, their parents know their phone number and they can basically be able to call them and say they've arrived safely. The team started, as I said, with just two of us, Paul and myself, in River City Labs, so Brisbane's, I guess, first part of the ecosystem for technology. And we grew, I guess, out of there. Once we got to 4 staff, or our 5th staff member, we really need to move outside of River City Labs because we ran out of space. We grew to a team of 10 here in Brisbane, and again needed to move offices because we'd exceeded our space limits down the road in Fortitude Valley, through to where we are now, where we've got 17 people here in Brisbane. But we're putting on another 3 or 4 at the moment, and we again need to move because we're probably going to be hitting around 30 in Brisbane by about this time next year. Our aim through and through is to have every student in the world going through the platform. But I guess more broadly, for Cohort Go, we want to be able to prove that you can start a business and be a really successful world business, not only in Australia but here in Brisbane. We've got access to the talent that we need here in Brisbane, and you can be absolutely a hub for innovation, especially in the technology space. You don't need to be based anywhere specific, and Brisbane has so much going for it to be able to help us on that ride. So I've lived and worked in London, New York, and also back here in Brisbane. And Brisbane just has a very comfortable feel to it, where you have access, as I mentioned, to key talent here in Brisbane. I mean, I don't think it's also a stretch to say that one of the beauties of Brisbane is, you know, there's no traffic, it's a laid-back lifestyle. You are only 1 or 2 hours away from other hubs. I know some of our people that we deal with, they'll travel an hour or more to get to work in Sydney. So having access to talent, easy access to offices, etc., has been key. But also I think the networks in Brisbane are very close, and so as I mentioned, we will always be talking to other companies of a similar size to us, and I think that network in Brisbane is more collaborative than competitive in some other areas in not only in Australia but also the rest of the world. Students love it. I mean, the key things for students, there's one of 3 things why they're using us. One, we're either saving money, or we're making their lives more efficient, or we're bringing transparency to where transparency wasn't there before. So with one of those 3 things, every one of our products sits within those. So we obviously always get fantastic feedback from the students.